Question 11. What is an assembly? Answer. An assembly exists as a .dll or .exe that contains MSIL code that is executed by CLR. An assembly contains interface and classes. It can also contain other resources like bitmaps, files, etc. It carries version details which are used by the CLR during execution. Two assemblies of the same name but with different versions can run side by side, enabling applications that depend on a specific version to use assembly of that version. Question 12. What is difference between custom control and user control? Answer. A custom control is a loosely coupled control which can be used across various applications. We need to only include its reference .dll to the project and it can be added to your toolbox. You can also keep it inside a class library. Main difference between user controls and custom controls are: UC is specific to your application but CC can be used across various applications. 2.cc can be added to your application toolbox but UC cannot be added to the toolbox. CC defines UI in a resource dictionary whereas UC defines UI as a normal XML page. To create a UC, just add a new web form and add its reference to your page by declaring @register directive. But to create a CC we need to add n folder of the www root directory, assemblies system.web.ui.control or system.web.ui.webcontrols.webcontrol. After the CC is created we need to add the DLL into the BI. Question 13. What do you mean by postback in ASP.NET? Answer. A postback is a request sent from a client to server from the same page user is already working with. When we refresh our page or we submit some page, then the data of the current page is sent back to the server. Question 14. What are different state management methods? Answer. Client-side state management. This maintains information on the client's machine using cookies, view state, and query strings. Cookies. A cookie is a small text file on the client machine either in the client's file system or memory of client browser session. Cookies are not good for sensitive data. Moreover, cookies can be disabled on the browser. Thus, you can't rely on cookies for state management. View state. Each page and each control on the page has view state property. This property allows automatic retention of page and control state between each trip to server. This means control value is maintained between page postbacks. View state is implemented using _view state, a hidden form field which gets created automatically on each page. You can't transmit data to other page using view state. Query string. Query strings can maintain limited state information. Data can be passed from one page to another with the URL, but you can send limited size of data with the URL. Most browsers allow a limit of 255 characters on URL length. Server-side state management. This kind of mechanism retains state in the server. Application state. The data stored in the application object can be shared by all the sessions of the application. Application object stores data in the key-value pair. Session state. Session state stores session-specific information and the information is visible within the session only. ASP.NET creates unique session ID for each session of the application. Session IDs are maintained either by an HTTP cookie or a modified URL, as set in the application's configuration settings. By default, session ID values are stored in a cookie database. Database can be used to store large state information. Database support is used in combination with cookies or session state. Question 15. Explain an interface in Java language. Answer. Interface in Java is a way to achieve the abstraction. An interface is like a class and also can have methods and variable as a class does, but interface only contains method signature and does not have a body. An interface cannot be instantiated in Java. An interface includes methods which are public and abstract. By default, a class can implement an interface. For declaring an interface, we use the keyword interface. Syntax. Interface _name, open curly bracket, / methods, close curly bracket. Question 16. Explain about daemon thread. Answer. Daemon threads are the low priority thread for JVM, which work as a service provider for the user threads. Daemon threads are background programs which perform tasks such as garbage collection. Daemon threads cannot prevent JVM from exiting if all user thread has finished their execution. If the program has only daemon thread and it is executing, still it will terminate the thread and will shut down itself. The lifetime of daemon thread totally depends on user threads. Methods for daemon thread. 1. Public void set daemon boolean status. This method sets the current thread as user thread or daemon thread. 2. Boolean is daemon. This method checks whether the current thread is daemon or not. It returns the true or false boolean value. Question 17. What is immutable class and how to create an immutable class in Java? Answer. An immutable class is one in which once an object is created, then we cannot alter the values, or we cannot change its content. As in Java, we have wrapper classes like string, boolean, integer, etc. All these classes are immutable classes, and we can also create an immutable class by own. Following are some requirements to create an immutable class in Java. A class needs to declare as final so that it cannot be inherited. All the data members of the class need to declare as final so its value can't be changed. No option for setters method. There should be getter methods for all variables. Question 18. String class is immutable. Explain the reason. Answer. String class is immutable in Java. That means we are unable to change its value. It is because a string object is always cached in the string pool, and these pools can be shared between various clients. So there will always a risk that if we change in client's string, it will automatically affect all the client's action. So every time when we try to change the string value, it will create a new object. Question 19. What do you understand by a foreign key in SQL? Answer. A foreign key is a field in a table used to create a link between two tables. It defined in one table but refer to the primary key of another table. A table which contains the foreign key is called the child table, and the table which includes the candidate key is called as parent table. Some important points for foreign key. A value for a foreign key can be null. All values for foreign key should be present for all equivalent values of a primary key. Question 20. What is normalization? Explain its types. Answer. Normalization is a technique of efficient database designing and organizing to achieve two basic requirements: minimum redundancy of data, logical data integrity. Normalization increases the performance of the database as it allows a database to take very less space in memory. There are mainly four types of normalization, which are given below. 1. NF, a relation in the table B in first normal form if each attribute is single value attribute. 2. NF, 3. NF, BC NF,